All right, so I've been working on a project in my yard here, and all these garden beds here are the project. These four were not here before. None of these four beds were here, and these two were not here. So essentially, I had that one, this, that back there, and this. So this was my only garden space. All of this from these two and these on are brand new. It was a project that I was working on, and I recorded it, and something happened to the clip. I'm not sure exactly what happened. So, I just decided to record this so I can start my video with this. So if you're watching this, you can understand exactly what's going on. So the idea here was to fill in a lot of space as much as I can. And right here, I want to put another trellis, a tomato trellis, because as of right now, I have tomatoes here, over there, and I have tomatoes here and over there, and I'm going to put in the ground soon. And I like to next year line them up here and just have them all, kind of going up a line to make it easier and to open up more space in my beds for other things. So I'd like to do that and maybe end it here, start from here and go the length of this. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I'm getting into canning, so I want to fill these beds with things that I could can. We also have a whole bunch of cucumbers growing there. So once I trellis this and put cucumbers on both sides, I'll have plenty enough to can later on. So yeah, there's that. I didn't get enough compost to fill these. So I filled these with nothing but compost, just straight compost. Actually, those two bigger beds there are also just straight compost. I did amend the soil just a little bit, threw some stuff up top to get everything in there. These two right here, I need one more scoop so I can fill those two. I like to put more in this bed, more in that bed over there, more in that bed, not much, and fill those two right there up too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the rest of my garden goes over there, the first half, that's for another video. I'll show you guys exactly what I got going on over there then. Also, I'm thinking of some kind of feature in the middle, something with maybe build something up with flowers, or not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do there, but I have a few ideas. Okay, so here's my progress so far. So I have these beds here lined up, and I'm going to probably put strawberries, wildflowers, and herbs, and I'll figure that out. So I have this taken care of, and then here what I'm going for is basically a box shape. So I'm going to do a box here, there, here, and here. And then right here in the center where the sawhorses are, I'm going to do one big gigantic box according to whatever size I have in the middle once those are built up. And then in the middle of that big box, I'm going to have another box, or at least that's my goal anyway, to have a planter right up top. And I'm going to have plants that kind of cascade down the sides. But openings here, over here, here, and here, because here I'm thinking of putting a cattle panel as a trellis right here. So I could do cucumbers here and here next season. Not sure what I'm going to put in those just yet. These are going to stay just the way it is right now. I'm not touching anything here, with the exception of maybe putting matting down at some point and throwing down playground the playground chips, just to kind of fill in the blanks and make it look good. Around here, once this center is done, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to put something down here, a weed guard, and I'm going to also put wood chips down there too. So here's my old garden. Let me flip it around here. Those are the two new beds, and this is what I have going on. So I have to cut that piece there. And the same with that one and that one and this one, because I think I cut them a little too short. But that's all right, because I do have more wood here. So yeah, that's pretty much it then. So I just had to finish that bed, this bed, and this bed. And as you can see, I have a string line on there because I want them to be nice and straight. Yeah, I gotta say I'm pretty happy with the way things are going right now. And I do have these two tomatoes that need to get in the ground pretty ASAP. They're not looking so great there, so yeah, need to get them in. In fact, one of them maybe will go right in there. I'm gonna pull those out, and that's gonna go in there. I have another tomato over there, one here and one up there. I'll show you those later on in another video. Right now, this video is about putting all this together and getting it tied up. I do have a full-time job as well, so yeah, so I only have much time to work on this. I work weekends, and today's Wednesday, so yeah, have to get this done. I like at least one day to relax. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this for a minute, get back in a few. So there it is. That's the initial setup. Okay, so in the center, well, first let me say, each one of these openings is 48 inches. This way I kept them all nice and even. As you can see, I put up a string line because I want everything to be squared, and it is. So I'm really enjoying the way it's looking here. So that entire center piece there, this whole center blocked area, as I said before, I want to put a big bed just in the square shape here. And the idea of that is to put in something in the center for plants to come up and kind of cascade down. So just a nice little area to come to, and again, an addition to the rest of my garden here. So yeah, I think it's gonna look great. I love it. This right here, everything I have here is just, well, it's just not enough. So I have all of this now, these 2 extra beds, and I have 4 extra beds over here. I just cannot wait to get my area cleaned up because this is a hot mess back here. So I have those 4 beds. So yeah, and those poor things, they need to be put in. But I'm hoping to have these filled today. All right, so here's the progress I made so far. We got one of the beds filled. This one's partially filled. The other 2, working on those. So I have a whole truck here. Well, not a whole truck, three scoops. I should be okay with filling up hopefully all of it, or a good portion of it. I need to get those peppers in the ground. So far so good. It's working out exactly the way I wanted it to. And it's not looking too bad. We just got to lay cardboard in that one and the rest of that one. All right, so it's the next day now. And here's what I got going on. I was able to fill those 2 beds, but not those 2. And I was able to fill all 4 of these. I do need more in these 3 though. I topped this one off with whatever was left in the truck. Oh, and these 2 over here as well have nothing there. So yeah, I need at least, I don't know, 1 scoop, I'm guessing, compost. 1 scoop should fill those 2, and those 2 actually, and maybe put a little more in there. As far as the middle part, that'll be for another video, because I think I'm gonna make some changes to that. And I'd rather think it through before I start adding stuff in the middle there. And this way I don't have to worry about living with regrets and trying to rip something down after I put it up. And so I'm gonna think this through. I think I have another idea of what I wanna do. So, and as far as this big patch, this swing set used to be sitting there. So that black mat right there used to sit right there, which is why I want to put matting down and put playground mulch down. I think that would look really nice throughout this entire thing too. So I watered everything in today, and it kind of looks like I need to go ahead and do that again, maybe a little bit later. But yeah, I already have all these peppers in that I had sitting over there. So they're happy and lively. I actually want to put more peppers here. We love peppers, so might as well, right? That's why I have all this space. So, all right, well, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and please keep following along if you want to see my progress. I want to show you what I have going on over there too. And my plan for all this is to become one big, I guess basically food forest. And so before I leave, one more thing. I'm actually thinking of putting a tomato trellis right here in this space instead of having them spread out the way I do. All of this over here was last minute. So yeah, this right here, I'm putting a tomato trellis up, and there you go. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. I hope you watched this far, and if you did, appreciate you. And I don't know, drop some comments. Tell me what you think. If you have any good ideas for me or any tips or anything like that, I'd like to hear it. All right, thanks for watching.